4 people with us, so probably a few more will hop on. Let me know if the sound is okay. I've just got you on speaker for me. This is the way I've done it before, so if we have any issues, let me know. My husband, of course, went out of town today, so it's like I flew in from Guatemala and he flew out this afternoon. So let's hope the kids stay in bed and cooperate. I'm doing the call from across the house, which is not where I normally do it, but I'm hoping they don't hear me and come out of bed. So fingers crossed. Okay, hi. I'm so excited to be here. I'm excited for this call, and I'm excited that it's going to be a team call. And I know I want to give you guys the new CE call every month. Maybe I'll put together another one later on the month to make up for it. But I just felt like I literally flew in last night at 11 o'clock and woke up this morning and just was ready to go. I mean, I'm tired, but I'm ready to work. There's something about the week that I just had, as exhausting as it was. I just feel once again so confirmed and so confident and so ready to just share with you guys, share with customers, share with my hostesses that what we are doing is real, that the impact is true. I spent the week, it was such an incredible blessing to spend the week not only with Claire Kunkel and Donna, who are the 2 directors at Casa Hogar for the Gracia program, but then to have Shelly Clay with us all week long. She was just one of us. She was just on the team and, stayed with us in the hotels and that kind of thing. So, to have her and hear from her was just incredible. So we got a full, really good update from Haiti. So I'm actually going to probably talk more about Haiti tonight than I am about Guatemala. Just because I can't think of another time that I can get you this information, but just incredible things going on there. To talk to these 2 women, or 3 women really, who have all just been at the grassroots and beginnings of starting these different programs and watching them learn from each other. I mean, the whole thing was just so incredible. And then on top of that, spending time with the artisans, both at Casa Hogar and then with our artisan groups to make the turtle backpack and the hostess clutch and the Mayan clutch, or the hostess, the Guatemalan coin purse and the Mayan clutch, get to know the man who directs their program, have a deeper understanding for that. I mean, all of it was just incredible. And then on top of that, of course, we had Gretchen and Holly, and Liz was with us, and then all of the vision team. And we talked a lot about trades of hope and where we're headed and things that are good and things that we would like to see changed or improved. And, to be in a group of women who are so passionate not only about our work but also about our company and about, we are all truly emotionally and just are fully invested in what we're doing. There were tears, there was laughter, there was dancing, there was all kinds of things this week, and it was all really, really good. And it was, at the very end of the trip, Pablo, who some of you guys met at the retreat, Pablo was Susie and Ilma's escort and translator, and he was, and Madre Claudia too, and Claire. But Pablo was kind of like our logistics person for the week. He kind of took care of us and, took care of all of how we were getting from point A to point B and all that kind of stuff. But he ended up being a really integral part of the week as well. And the very last thing that we did before we left for the airport yesterday was Pablo asked if he could pray over us. And we just stood in a circle in the courtyard and he prayed. And the thing that he got and he understood was he was just talking about the word conquer. He said it kept coming into his mind, and he was praying for us to conquer the obstacles that were before us, which is incredible because, I always think about the obstacles that lay before our artisans and how we can help them conquer those obstacles. But the truth is, we have obstacles too. Our day-to-day might be easier. We might be allowed to put toilet paper in the toilet and drink from the faucet, but we have things that we have to conquer. And when he said that, that word also just resonated with me, that we can conquer our obstacles. We can, we're on a mission to conquer poverty. I mean, so many things come to mind with that word. I just thought it was a really, really beautiful way to end the week. So obviously I came back excited and ready to work. I called a lot of you today. I was kind of all over Facebook, making videos, doing stuff, putting this call together. I'm doing the Hope University call on Wednesday, so I hope you guys will listen to that. Just a lot of things. And then obviously at some point I should probably unpack and like do some laundry and stuff, but that can wait. World change is more important. So just we're going to talk. I need time to truly digest all of the information that came out of this week as far as Guatemala is concerned. But I do want to give you a little bit today or tonight, just to start to build on that. Our June 8th meeting is really going to hit in detail both the Costa Rica trip and the Guatemala trip. I'm having dinner next week with the Costa Rica crew, with Crystal and Veronica and Mary. We're going to really, talk about our experiences, find probably, I'm sure, some commonalities and some common themes, and talk about the things that we want to share and pass on to you guys. So I don't want to talk about it too much because, honestly, I haven't even been home for 24 hours, and I just need time to digest. But so just to give you a little bit of an idea, Claire Kunkel, as you're telling the story about our Julia necklace and our identity bracelet, Claire Kunkel is the woman who is the executive director of Gracia. And that is the program that functions at Casa Hogar as a way to empower young women and give them business skills, and help them earn money, but also give them a voice, teach them to speak up for themselves, give them the opportunity to believe in themselves, to be strong women in a culture that does not encourage strong women or women to speak out. I definitely got the feeling that women are very subservient in the Guatemalan culture. In many instances, they're kind of cook and clean and not necessarily valued completely. The girls at Casa Hogar, too, just to help you sort of understand, Casa Hogar is not an orphanage. And they actually don't. They don't want to be called an orphanage. The girls don't want that. They are a home for girls who have been pulled out of homes that are unsafe, or families where they cannot afford to feed them, or where they are getting horribly abused. A lot of the girls have been victims of incest and rape, often by a father or an uncle or a family member, just probably the worst possible things that you can imagine. And I tell you these things, and keep in mind too, as we talk about artisan groups, and as I share about Guatemala and the girls share about Costa Rica, a lot of the details are not meant for you to run out and take to your next home party. And that's kind of what I'm going to be talking about on the Hope University call on Wednesday too. But these are things that I'm telling you that you can put inside of your heart and your gut and use to spur you on to do your job and to go out there and be committed to our work. Because when I tell you that I met a 12-year-old girl this week who was pregnant with her, I think her uncle's child, that's not something to tell at a party, but that's something that I know now and that you know now, and you understand why the work that we're doing is truly life-saving. But these girls, there's about 110 girls at Casa Hogar, and they range in age from like 2 or 3 years old, maybe, I don't know, if I saw a couple of 2-year-olds. The little ones are actually children of the girls at the home. So they don't actually take in babies. If there is a baby there, it's because he or she was born to one of the girls living at the home. Most of the girls are, 3 and up to 18, 19, 20 years old. The program, Gracia, the jewelry making program, and they also have a sewing facet, doesn't start until the girls are in high school, so they're 15 and 16 years old. The cool thing is that every single girl at the home goes to school. The younger girls go to classrooms that are on site. It's really cool. They have a building there that was built by a Swiss, some kind of Swiss organization. They came in from Switzerland and built this building of classrooms. So they have these 4 really beautiful classrooms, and that's where the younger girls go to school. And then the older girls go about 3 miles down the road and attend school. Usually there's a morning session and an afternoon session, and then they work when they're out of school. But they also have homework, and school is incredibly important. And you might have seen in some of the pictures that there's a building being constructed on site as well, and that is going to be a really cool building. I'm excited for them after seeing where they currently, the spaces that they have, like for eating and that sort of thing. They don't really have like a big cafeteria where they can all eat as one group. They have to go and shift. They can probably fit like 20 or 30 girls in the room at a time for meals. But the new building is going to have a huge open area for eating all together, and it's also going to have additional classrooms. And the long-term goal is to have all of the education right on site. Because honestly, the whole entire, it's all about safety for these young girls, and any time they leave the gate, their safety cannot be guaranteed. So even for the girls that are going to school, a fairly short distance away, they are outside of the walls, and that is not a safe place for them. So the more that they can keep them inside the walls, the greater the chance that they will get to graduation and without any kind of instances or anything like that. So I know I've gotten kind of off track, but just wanted to kind of give you that kind of picture. 70% of the women in Guatemala are illiterate. It is not a country that educates their women, but we know, and if you don't, you should know that investing in a girl's education is the greatest impact that you can have economically on a society, and so that's why education is such a big part of what they're trying to do at Gracia. The big thing is that when a girl is educated, it can help her delay childbirth, and at least until the end of high school. The delay of childbirth is tied into literacy. It's tied into having a safe environment. Having more education than their parents is key. So they're really, really focused on getting the girls out of high school, graduated, and then into the Gracia program where they can have real employment. Ilma and Susili are the 2 girls that are full-time employees. The rest of the girls, because they're still in school, they are not full-time employees. They are making jewelry and they are earning. They are within the labor law requirements as far as like age that they can work, but they are not earning full-time wages like Susie and Ilma. Susie and Ilma are graduated. They are grown women. I forget how old they are. Jenny, if you're on the call, you probably know, or Veronica. I think they're like 22 and 21 or 21 and 23 or something like that. Just to give you a little bit of information about them and their jobs, they make 15% above the minimum wage. So they're making a good living. They have a health stipend. They get paid vacation. They have a retirement plan. They have a labor contract that guarantees them 3 years worth of salary, even if the program goes away. They also have an incentive bonus, just like us, that they can earn on their sales. They go down to Jalapa, to the hotel where we actually stayed, and they set up a table. And if they are particularly charming or work on their English and have a great group of a mission team or a group like Trades with Hope in, they can sell lots of products and earn bonuses on their sales, which I thought was really cool because it's it's exactly what we do, and that's what they're doing. They're real businesswomen. To see, a lot of you met Susie and Ilma at the retreat, and I swear, even in 5 months, and maybe it was because we were in their home, they were so confident. I mean, that was something that struck me so much this week, was watching them and then watching the other girls watch them and see just total admiration, total respect, looking at them, and you could see it in their eyes. Like these younger girls look at Susie and Ilma as the women that they want to be. These are the positive role models in their lives. you know, they look at Claire and Donna with just total love, and the relationship is just beyond. It is so. I mean, they're mothers to them, but they're like they're bosses, and they're, you know, they have a, I don't know. It was incredible to see. It was very cool to see Susie and Ilma in their element. And Claire gave them so much responsibility as far as like preparing the day and kind of the agenda for what we were going to be doing. And they were just on it. I mean, they had like a typed up, you know, agenda and all the different demonstrations that they did for us and the special presentations. And they did a whole performance thing for us on the second day. And it was just, I mean, it just went on and on and on. And it was so moving. You know, these girls were so welcoming and so loving. And, you know, when I kept sort of reminding myself what happened to these girls, there were so many of them have suffered so much terrible abuse. And then when you see them in the home, I mean, they are truly in their family and they are in a safe place, and it's obvious that they feel safe. And Madre Claudia was not actually with us this week, which is kind of a bummer. She was down in Chile for a conference, so she was pretty far away. She couldn't pop back just to see the Trades of Hope girls, but we talked a lot about her while she was gone. You know, nothing like talking about a nun behind her back, but good things, that she is just such an incredible force within that home as well. She's only 29 years old, which is amazing to me. I didn't realize how young she was, and all of the nuns there were very young, but again, like they were clearly mothers and big sisters to these girls, and it was just a really cool place. Claire had kind of warned us, not really a warning, but she said hugs are the customary greeting. You're going to get hugs. And when we got out of the van and we first walked up, the girls were all grouped together. They had been waiting for us, and they immediately started singing, and you know, we're all crying, and it was just so sweet. And then they just ran up, and 110 girls just, it was like this receiving line of welcomes and thank yous and I love yous and hugs. Every single one of them, from the little 3-year-old tugging you around your legs or wanting you to pick them up, and you know, up to the, you know, the older girls, and real hugs. You know, and I didn't know at that point if they really understood who we were. But it didn't really matter. It was more about just, we were there. We had taken the time to come, and they understood that that was a sacrifice, and they were thankful. And you know, and then the amazing thing was that I was just so thankful to be in their presence, because they're so inspiring to me. So we, you know, hugged and had a, you know, wonderful greeting. It was very, very priceless. One of the most favorite things that I've ever done probably in my life. The other moment that I really loved was the roundtable discussion that we got to have the next morning. And we sat in a room in a big circle with the girls kind of mixed up between all of us, and just went back and forth. You know, they asked us questions and we asked them questions, and it was amazing to you know that we tried to explain to them, like, you know, we sell your product to hundreds and thousands of women in the United States, and they love your product and they love your story, and you know, and their faces are just beaming, you know, from ear to ear. And some of them even cried at certain points, and we're all crying. It was just so incredible to feel the connection from our hearts to theirs, and to have that understanding. You know, we really understood each other despite the language barrier, and you know, there wasn't any of that. I mean, they totally got it. And then we went around the room and we asked them all. We wanted to know what they all wanted to be when they grow up. You know, what their dreams were. And so many of them wanted to be business women and lawyers and doctors, and a lot of them just said they wanted to help people like we have helped them. And I just thought that was incredible. I mean, you know, these are like 15, 16-year-old girls, and you know, I don't have a 15-year-old daughter, but I was a high school teacher for 11 years, so I've been around my fair share of 15 and 16-year-old girls in the United States, and it is not always that way. I would venture to say they don't always come from a place of gratitude, but that's all these girls had, was gratitude and love. And so it was really inspiring, and I can't wait to tell you more. I hope that wasn't a disappointment because I didn't tell you enough, but there's a lot more, and when I get it all organized, I promise to share it. So I'm gonna move on and talk about Haiti, because Shelly just gave us some really great stuff. You're going to want to take notes. Just really cool updates for, again, both for things for you to internalize, but most of these things are just really awesome that, you know, if you pick a few of them to share at your parties, I just think they would be great. So when I was in Haiti last year, so it's been almost exactly a year since I was there, so much has changed, and that's what was really powerful about this update, was to see how far things have come in just 1 year. So back in May of 2014, when I was in Haiti, Shelly had told us that she had 250 employees, and that she wasn't at that time able to give full-time work to all 250 of her employees, and that was one of her goals, that she was kind of bummed that she couldn't do that, but she really wanted to grow enough to be able to offer full-time work. Well, the update is that Shelly has 300 employees now, and they all work full-time. And all of them, and this is straight from Shelly, I know we've been saying $10 to $15, that's been kind of our mark for what they make. She said this whenever she talked to us, Saturday night, all of her employees make at least $15 an hour, which is 3 times the minimum wage in Haiti, and often they make more. So, and actually she said most of the time it is higher than that. So at least 3 times the minimum wage, which is $15 an hour, and most of the time her employees are making more than that. So that is awesome. That's per day. So that's a great kind of update to what you're sharing at parties. She also confirmed to us, you know, she knows that we struggle with the whole, like, how much, sorry, can you hear me now, Rhea? Okay. She knows that we struggle with the whole, like, how much do the artisans make question. And she said, you know, that's understandable. People don't have a full picture, full understanding of you know, of all of the ins and outs. So she said that one Haiti signature necklace, she said, is touched by no less than 24 people's hands. And so that's straight from Shelly. That's something you can share. 24 people, 24 jobs are created by that single necklace. I mean, it's amazing we only charge $58 for it, but it's incredible. From the dirt being dug to the final you know, leaving for shipment, 24 people touch that piece. And she also has, which I thought was really cool, yeah, $15 a day, Jennifer, which is 3 times the minimum wage. Minimum wage in Haiti is $5 a day. The average Haitian lives on about $1 to $2 a day. So she has these ongoing opportunities for earning, which I thought was really cool. I had no idea. So they get these orders in for like 100,000 of the you know, 3 millimeter or 8 millimeter micro beads. And what she does is she sets up like take-home packs. So basically, if you know, an employee works all day but then wants to take home 100, you know, of the 8 millimeter beads, they can go home, do it that night, bring them back the next morning, and they get paid per bead. So she said a lot of the artisans can make up to $1,000 a month extra just from this take-home work, which is so cool. Like, I had no idea that she was doing that. So that's another opportunity and way that she's providing for them to earn extra. Another thing that she's doing that I thought was very cool, she has a loan program. So, right, you know, the artisans that work for Shelly cannot qualify for a loan at a bank. That's not possible at this point. But they need to buy land. You know, Shelly said that a clear path out of poverty is land ownership, and that if she can help her artisans purchase land, and that is a huge, huge thing that she has done for them. So what she does is she offers loans. So she said the average annual salary is about $6,000, and that they can take a loan, which is going to be half of their annual income. So they can take a loan for $3,000, and they have and they can buy a piece of land with it. So a piece of land in Haiti, you can buy a plot for $2,000 to $3,000. Oh, can you not hear me? Oh no. Can you guys hear me? Somebody tell me if you can hear me or not. Okay. 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 Um, so a piece of land costs about $2,000 to $3,000 in Haiti, and that's a big enough plot for a 2-bedroom house. So think about it. They take out the loan. It's $3,000. She charges them a 10% flat interest rate, and that's just like a one-time fee. And they can buy a piece of land. And then she said, like, it's not a big deal. If they make $6,000 a year, they can easily live on $3,000 a year comfortably. And now they have this piece of land, and they can start to build a home. Now, what's so fascinating, a lot of you know that when I met Denise, who's one of the managers, she, at the time when I met her last year, she was building a 3-bedroom home, and that's something that I talk about a lot at my parties. And so I asked about how, Denise's home finished, and Shelley's like, well, no, because when you build a home in Haiti, you literally build it brick by brick. If you have $1, you buy a brick. When you have another $1, you buy another brick, and so it takes a long time. It can take a couple of years to build a house, but if you own the land, then it's yours, and that's a huge thing. So at this point, Shelley has given 15 loans. She has 15 outstanding loans. She said as long as the cash flow allows, she will continue to give loans, and then, they have a cap to kind of protect themselves. But 15 people have been able to take that loan out and buy themselves a piece of land. I thought that was really, really incredible. All of her employees, all 300 of her employees, have bank accounts. It took about 2 years to make that all happen. She was in the process of it when we were there last year, but it is done. They all have bank accounts. They all have debit cards. And Shelley's explained this to us before, but she talked about it again on Saturday, that the bank in Haiti is the most dangerous place you can go in Haiti. She said, I think she said that she knows 3 people that have been stabbed in the last year going to the bank. Like, it's just horrible. If you go into a bank and you take out money, there's somebody on the inside watching, sees how much you take out, or sees who takes out money, calls the person on the outside, you get jumped, you get stabbed, they steal your money. I mean, it's just horrible. So she really was trying to get to a point where she did not have to pay in cash. Well, that was an impossibility when, your employees don't have bank accounts or any way to, access money through like direct deposit. So she used to have to take $50,000 in cash to do her payroll. And she said it was so unbelievably dangerous, and she really thought she was going to die every time she would go to the bank. And, they, of course, had like armed guards and the whole thing, but it was just a nightmare. And so now, not only do they all have bank accounts, they all have debit cards, they all have direct deposit. There's no cash handling. And so it's so much safer for the artisans, for Shelley, for the whole thing. It also is just a skill. So many of the artisans have never had a job, have never been to a restaurant, have never had any kind of bank account, anything besides like a little cash under their mattress. Like, it's really hard for us to understand how basic some of the artisans are. And so this is a huge, huge thing. So now they can go to a safe place like a grocery store because they have a debit card. They can go to the grocery store. They can go they don't have to go to the bank to get money. They can go somewhere where there's an ATM. That's huge. The other thing, and she kind of laughs about this, is she's like, well, everybody's now qualified for credit cards. Great. But they only have like a $100 credit limit. And she was telling us that one of her managers actually told everyone, all the employees, that if they didn't pay their card off every month in full, that they would go to jail, which is not true. But Shelley said that's kind of a common practice in Haiti, to just like over-exaggerate the punishment for something so that you really discourage people from doing it. So she said it's working. Everybody is on time and building credit. So, just imagine, it just blows my mind. These people are landowners and building homes and have bank accounts, have credit, they have, it just goes on, and it's just incredible. Of those 300 full-time employees, she now has 24 managers, and these are people that have been with her for a while. They've they've obviously proven themselves. And what she's done, she started this about 9 months ago. She has all 24 managers in a computer literacy and English program. So every single day, for an hour a day, all of the managers go into a computer lab that she has, that has been donated, and it's run by a parent project. They spend an hour a day working on typing, working on English. They all learn Excel, Word, QuickBooks, basic math. She started it 9 months ago, and she said, again, like some of them can use Excel better than she can. She said that, and this just blows my mind. She said now, and it just started to happen in the last couple of months, but an order can come in, and her managers can take that order from the moment it arrives to the moment that it ships out, and she doesn't even have to touch it. Like, they can do everything. And that's, I mean, what the whole idea of what we want to happen with any of our artisan groups is total empowerment and independence on the ground with Haitian employees and managers running the show, or Kenyan or, Indian or wherever. We want it to be, and that's how, that's a lot of what Poverty Inc., the movie, is about, that it needs to be in country. It needs to be from the people that live there, and that's happening. Shelley says eventually she will be able to leave. She said it probably will take a generation, so she's going to be there for a while, but it's she's starting to get glimmers of that, and it's just incredible. The other thing, all the managers have email accounts, so she can actually email them and communicate with them that way. They can submit reports to her on Excel. I mean, she just says it's great. She said every day at 1 o'clock they have a manager meeting every single day. She's really trying to teach them about collaboration, working together as a team, teaching them just to respect each other. She said when she left this week, somebody else had to be in charge, so she put Shirley in charge. Shirley is one of the girls that's been with Shelley since the very, very beginning. And so Shirley was Shelley while Shelley was away, and she had to really work on, even though these are managers and they all know each other really well, she had to work on, when Shirley's running the meeting, you respect her. And she said it didn't happen right away. Shelley also shared with us about the 12 principles that they have there at, and by the way, this is a side note, we all been calling it a parent project, right? And I've actually gotten away from even saying the name at my parties because it can create confusion. But it's actually not the Apparent Project that we buy from. We actually buy from Papillon Enterprise. The Apparent Project is a nonprofit fundraising arm of the group. They raise funds. They do the fundraiser boxes that people can have the parties and stuff. They are the support function of the business side, which is Papillon Enterprise. So we are going to eventually make the switch. Gretchen and Holly are going to talk to us about it at some point. But if you do feel like you need to say the name of the group that we work with, it's Papillon Enterprise, and that's P-A-P-I-L-L-O-N. So just as kind of side note. But Papillon has all of these principles, and every day at the manager meeting, they go over all of them, some of them, but they touch on these principles. A couple of them are pretty short, to make sure that they're offering a living wage, that they value character over skill when they employ someone. They don't make jewelry. They make things to employ people. It's very, it's a different mindset. They take things that have no value and give them value, whether it's the material that they're working with, like a cereal box that's trash, and they make it something beautiful, or people that have been devalued in society and they give them value. She's going to share with us all 12 of the principles, so I'll make sure to get those to you as soon as I have them. But it's just really, really beautiful stuff. Shelley, I hope all of you have the chance to meet Shelley someday. Yeah, Papillon means butterfly. Yep, exactly. And you should see Shelley's new tattoos. She's got these beautiful butterflies all down her arm now. They're amazing. I'm hoping that Shelley's going to come to the retreat this year. I hope that she does. Everybody pray that happens, because she is awesome. Let's see, a couple of other updates. She's been working on getting health insurance. There's been a lot of health issues with our artisans in Haiti. We actually lost 2 of our Haitian artisans this year, and we have others that are not well. I didn't realize this, but I guess high blood pressure is that's like the #1 killer in Haiti, just because of the life that they live, in terms of the way that they eat and the way that they live, and all of the bad health. I mean, the average lifespan is 50 to 55 years, so it's not a very good prognosis. But now, so the health insurance thing didn't really work. Her employees could not understand why they were paying for something that they were not using. That is something that they do not get and they could not buy into. So they fought her on it really hard. So what she does provide is emergency medical care, and she has weekly blood pressure checks of every single artisan on site. They come and do blood pressure checks every single week. So that's awesome, you know, and it's something. And she says she's still going to fight them on the health insurance thing and try to help them, you know, make them understand. The daycare is doing great. They use it predominantly for nursing moms and for at-risk parents who have children who they are not ready to really be good caretakers for, which is kind of interesting. So they have them stay at the daycare, and they kind of work with them to help them be better parents. And the daycare is fully funded by the A Parent Project as well, and it provides a great, obviously safe place for the children. A lot of the artisans can afford to pay for childcare now, and it's a safe thing. So it's actually very cool that they don't have to use the daycare. She told us about she's now catering food for lunch, which is also, you know, some of these things sound weird, but they're just really neat. So now the artisans are actually saving. They're paying a third of what they would pay if they went outside the building or outside the walls to buy food. They're eating on site. They're eating faster. They're eating better food, and it's costing them less. And they can pay like on a debit system. And it actually is increasing their production because they are paid by production. So if they're on, you know, they don't have to go somewhere for lunch, and lunch only takes 30 minutes, they're going to get back to work so they can earn more money. Haiti has 90% unemployment. It's sort of a diversion again, but it was the way that the conversation went when we were talking. 90% unemployment in Haiti, and that's where that statistic of most Haitians live on $2 to $3 a day. Because the average for Haiti, one Haitian who has a job is supporting 10 people. So that, you know, $5 minimum wage is being stretched pretty thin. So that was just sort of a side thing. So back to the eating. So she's been catering the food. Well, then she's now rented this house that's right across the street from the walls of where the artisan community is. And I'm so excited about this. And hopefully it'll be done by October, and hopefully some of you will be there in October. So she's building a rooftop like cafeteria, and she's going to put a covering over the roof and build these pallet tables, and she's going to have all, you know, ceramic plates from the pottery section, and they're going to have, you know, because she said right now, like, it's great that they have the food, but they have like these metal bowls, and she said it just feels like a food line, and she kind of hates it. She, you know, they don't really care, but she's like, they don't know any different. And so she wants to really create a space for them that, you know, feels like a nice, you know, cafeteria, and they've got nice plates, and they're eating with, you know, and having this meal together every day, and kind of having a sense of you know, building that sense of community and respect for one another. So I'm really excited for the tiki bar. I hope it, you know, knowing Shelly, it will become a reality, and it'll be ready by October. She also talked about how they cross-train as much as possible. So, like, they're constantly teaching people how to do all different things, and that's important for a couple different reasons. First of all, it's important so that they can be available if orders are shifting for certain products, that everybody can kind of move over and continue to work and get the same pay, you know, for making different things. But also it's to protect their bodies. You know, doing the same thing over and over again all day long is, you know, can be damaging. So she wants to make sure that they're rotating through jobs. You know, like women that are in the daycare don't stay in the daycare every day. They can swap out, you know, put them on a bead rolling table so that somebody from a bead rolling table can have a break and come in, you know, and move them around. And I thought that was really cool. Something else that they've started to do, they're using SKU bars on all of their products. And what's really neat is that Shelly actually has no idea how to do it. She does not know how the SKU works. She doesn't know how to use the gun. She doesn't do any of it. That is all completely done by her managers. She is totally hands-off at the boutique. And that's huge. I mean, these guys are running a retail store right there in the middle of the artisan community. So cool. She's brought on a graphic designer. So she's got 2 or 3 artisans that are working with with a group of artisans on graphic design. She's been doing customer service training. They have a coffee like smoothie bar. It's called the Clay Cafe, and that has created a couple of jobs. Well, now they're expanding that into a restaurant. That's going to be open in October when the group goes. So that's super cool because it creates new jobs. She is diversifying her products. She's getting into screen printing, glass beads, home decor that's made with clay, pillowcases, dolls. They've got this whole loose bead department, and they're trying to, the goal is to have like Papillon Enterprise beads in Joanne Fabrics and Michaels and, you know, like everywhere you go. And she was like, wouldn't that be cool? We're like, oh my gosh, can you imagine? And she's also brought in somebody to be a sewing manager to really help them ramp up their sewing, so that, you know, more quality control and that kind of thing. So you know, definitely on our radar. I can see any and all of those products eventually coming our way. You know, I'd love some glass beads. Shelly loves the glass beads, you can tell, so I can see that coming to us. I would love, you know, some screen printing stuff, just all kinds of cool things. So let me see. That's basically, I think that's it for Haiti. But just incredible. And all of this stuff has happened in a year since we were last there. And you know, it's just thrilling. And the group that goes in October is going to see something, you know, completely different. It's 24 hands. Yeah, there you go. So I hope that that's good information for you. I hope that excites you, because it really excites me, obviously. But, you know, what's happening in Haiti. And remember, you know, when you're at your parties and you're talking about, you know, that group in Haiti, we were their first wholesale partner. Trades of Hope was there when they were a very, very small budding business and trying to grow, and we were their first outside wholesale partner, and that's huge. And you know, that's why we have such a great relationship with them. And you know, I hope all of you have the chance to go there one day, or at the very least meet Shelly, and at the very least just hear the stories from me and from the people that are going to go in October. I hope that many of you are applying for Haiti, and I cannot stress to you enough how much competition is going to increase for the vision trips. You know, the applicant pool is getting much bigger. I think it doubles for this Guatemala trip. So apply now. I mean, you cannot lose. Even if it's sort of a, you know, like a big unknown, just apply. Get your name out there. Don't get caught up in the points. Just do what you have and show what you have and show your heart in your essay. And you know, if you don't get it this time, at least your name is in front of Gretchen and Holly, and they're starting to see your heart and your passion, because it is only just going to get harder and harder to go. But the good thing is that we have people now that have gone, and we're going to have people going to Guatemala, and yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. Christine, I would wait till the end of the month to have as many points as you can. June 4th is when the application is due for the Haiti trip. So I hope that a lot of you are going to apply. I think that would be awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to wrap up with a little bit of fun things and just interesting things that we talked about. These are sort of insider stuff, so don't go posting on your wall or telling everybody. I'm trying to give you guys a little bit of scoop, because I love you. So some of the not so exciting, but kind of exciting, one of the suggestions that I actually made, our Hope University calls are wonderful, but I feel like, and I'm sure you feel like, it's really difficult the way they are organized to like dig through the archives because they're just in date order. So yeah, don't get so excited. So my suggestion was that they organize the Hope University calls by topic. And so they thought that was a great idea, and they are going to do it like ASAP. So I'm thrilled. I think that there are so many good calls that I know are getting overlooked, and then I also just think people get overwhelmed and they can't deal with it to try to find a call. So yay, Hope University calls are going to be organized by topic very, very soon in the near future. Yeah, that's awesome news. Also, a lot of you guys have talked to me, and I've heard from the main group too about husbands. Husbands always come up, sometimes good, sometimes bad, but you know, a lot of people struggle with like husband support, and it's really, really important. Most of you guys know that my husband is my partner. You know, last year at the retreat, when I was able to get up and say a few words after my incredible weekend of awards and all of that, I mean, he was the one that I thanked. I give all the credit of the success of my business to him. As far as, you know, my partner, he and God have created all of this, because it's just been amazing. So yeah, my husband's going to be doing a call, a Hope University call. Holly and Gretchen again thought that was a great idea, and so I just broke the news to Justin today, and he's like, oh, okay, cool. So he's going to be doing a call. So stay tuned for that. I don't know when it's going to get on the agenda, but it's going to be coming as well. So that's really a call for you, but also one that you can play for your husband. So that could be really cool. There's some great incentives coming up. I'm not going to tell you the specifics of them, but I will tell you just for fun, so you kind of have an idea. For June, July, and August, there is a sponsorship incentive that's going to be coming out, and it's really cool. It's going to take work, obviously. I mean, incentives aren't meant to be easy. They're meant to challenge you, but it's going to really help you build your business, and not just sponsor. I mean, bringing somebody on is important, but really truly sponsoring that person and helping them get through those first 90 days is huge. So be thinking about June, just if we're going to be strategic, and I'm going to give you an inside scoop. June is going to be the month to bring people on, because they have to do something from June to the end of August for you to actually get the prize. But the prizes are really, really good. They're going to be giving you some good stuff. So you're going to want to be a part of this. And it's great, too, because it's not like an all or nothing. There's actually levels to it. So it's very achievable. So keep that in mind for June, July, and August. Then in September, there's going to be a PRV incentive. So it's just strictly based on your sales for the month of September. But if you have a really great month in September, and I can't tell you the number, but it's pretty big but not unachievable, especially if you get some parties on your calendar in September. The prize that you get is really, really special, and you're going to want one, and you're just going to want one. And it's a special piece that we do not carry, but it's going to be just for this, and they're going to make this like an annual thing so that you can actually start a collection of this piece. So I don't want to give away too much, but you're going to want it. So that's for September. So get your parties booked for September, and you know, plan for a big month with PRV. I debated telling you this, but I don't know. I'm kind of trying to decide if I'm going to tell you this or not. But one of the artisans that we met, thank you, Veronica. One of the artisans that we met, she actually traveled. She left at 3:30 in the morning to come see us, because where she lives was another. We drove a lot during this week. We were in the car a total. Two of the drives were like 5 hours each. We were in the car for about 10 hours. So Guatemala girls, if you're on this call, bring your Dramamine. We had to pull over a couple times for people to like puke on the side of the road. So it's very, very mountainous. But anyway, so she drove to us. Rosa, her name's Rosa. She came to us, and she is making a new product for us. It's coming out in the fall. She is a textile artisan, and I don't know if I want to tell you what the product is, because we don't currently carry it, but I can tell you it is something that we don't carry. It's something that we've never carried. It's a totally new thing. It comes in a if somebody guesses, I'll tell you. It actually comes in a set of 3. You get 3 of them. Somebody said it. And I just wanted to tell you a little bit about Rosa. So the process, she's from San Antonio, Guatemala, and the process to make this set of 3 takes a whole month. They literally pick the cotton. Whatever you do to cotton to make thread, they loom the fabric. They dye it. They loom the fabric by hand. They do foot looming. There's no machine process at all. All the dyes are natural. I mean, it's an entire month. that they spend to make this product. No, that was Clara. That was the turtle backpack girl, lady. No, that's Clara. No, this is Rosa. She's in a. I have a picture with her, but the problem is the picture that I have with her, she's holding the product, so I don't know if I want to share it or not. So we'll see. But I just thought that was a really cool thing that it takes an entire month. I mean, it's a very humble product. It's not something that you would expect, but that's going to be a great tidbit to share at parties. No, the one that, no, that was another Rosa, though. You're right. Yeah, that was a girl at Casa Hogar. No, a couple of Rosas, but that was a different Rosa. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say about that. I do want to share, of course, we saw all of the, oh, there you go, Rhonda, all of the fall products, which was super, super fun. I can tell you for sure that there are some really great things coming out, lots of new things. Some really great bags, some really great scarves, things that you're going to love, a new artisan group. I don't know if I should tell you the country, probably not. I can tell you this, though, there's going to be a lot of changes to the Haiti line. No, I didn't really get to model. I did like some lifestyle things, but the models, Erica Solgas is going to be one of the main models, which I'm really excited. She's so cute. Yeah, new group. There's going to be a lot of changes to the Haiti line, and it's good. So don't see it as a negative thing. Don't get scared, because what Shelly is trying to do is make all of the beads, all of the clay beads that are on all of our Haiti signature pieces by her artisans. Because right now they're having to source a lot of the clay beads from China, and that's not ideal. She wants to make them on site for multiple reasons. Obviously, it creates more jobs, but it just makes it much more authentic and true to her purposes. So there's going to be some changes, but there is a new necklace coming out in the fall that is along the lines of the Oceans and Haiti signature, a different length, and it's a totally different color palette. Very, very cool, and it is 100% Haitian made. All of the clay beads are Haitian, and then obviously the cereal beads are from our group. So that's really exciting. I was excited by that. But be on alert for that. Okay, wrapping it up. The home office, I found out, loves guacamole. That is, like Holly said, you know, they like desserts are fine, but really if you want to bring them something, bring them guacamole. They have like Mexican Day once a week or something like that, and it's I mean, I just thought that was really cute. We ate a lot of guacamole, so they were very happy. Yeah, big on guac. And then the last thing is just an idea that came up this week that I thought was really cool. It won't be effective and applicable to all of you, but for those of you that have built some teams, or even if you just have one or two CEs that you that have not been very active, chances are they are not on this call. And somebody threw out the idea that if you have somebody that you sponsored and you really haven't heard from them, they haven't really done anything in like 6 months, call them and ask them to be a hostess for you. See if they'll host a party for you. And I thought that was a really, really great idea. I have a lot of women that fall into that category, and you better bet I'm going to reach out to them. At the very least, they've hosted a party. They've reconnected with Trades of Hope. Maybe they don't want to go any further than that, but they might want to. And if they do, that would be really, really cool. So, you know, now is a good time to call. You can tell them, hey, you know, my director or Erin just got back from Guatemala. There's so much stuff going on. The girls just got back from Costa Rica. You come to our team meeting, or just say, you know, it's been a while, and you know, use that as a way to reconnect. So that's my idea. That's my last tidbit. I hope that was all good information. I knew it wouldn't be a half an hour call, but that's just the way it is. There was too much to talk about. Thank you guys for coming. 44 of you came. Yay, that's amazing. That's so great. So I hope that was a good call. I hope you're fired up. I am totally on fire. Oh, I'm going to be sending out a, what's it called, a survey to you guys. So be on the lookout for that. And I really, really am doing some reevaluating, and some, I want to be as effective as I can for you. So I'm going to be doing a survey. Be on the lookout for that. It's just going to be like 10 questions about your needs, your expectations, the things that you like, the things that you don't like, things that you want more of, that kind of thing. And I really, really, really want your input. I don't know, Jennifer. it's one of those two things. So anyway, I love you guys. This will be available, so if you want to go back and listen to it again, you are obviously more than welcome. Have a great night, and I'm going to turn it off before somebody gives away too much. Mum's the word, ladies. Love you guys.